My name is Lourdes Jackson. I am an artist based out of Tacoma, Washington. For me, I was one of those kids that was just kind of interested in drawing cartoon characters, drawing Dragon Ball Z characters, stuff like that. But my mom is a creative person, so growing up, I always watched her doing collages on things. And for me, I was a troubled kid, so I was in and out of the correctional system all the way from 19 to 23, and then being out for 2.5 years, and then going back from 25 to 28. I would just be drawing portraits in and out of prison. So that's how I made my money, I would draw portraits in prison. For me, I have a wild imagination. I'm always thinking of new ideas and new ways that I can enhance my creativity. Marty happened to be, I think, one of the 2 people who have ever hit me up off Instagram. She said, hey, I was at an event. There was a cook there, and it was my friend Chantel. She told me about you when I asked about some art. And Marty said that she wanted me to come into her warehouse and do some work. But before then, I had never seen this wall before, Her presenting the fact that I was going to be working on wooden pallets presented a new canvas to me. Pallets aren't just one type of wood or one texture of wood. They're one texture here and one texture there. So if you look at this mural, some of this wood, the paint goes on perfectly, but then the next panel right under it, it soaks in literally like a napkin, presented a certain amount of difficulty. But the fact that she gave me creative freedom, man, that was the world to me. I couldn't thank her enough. I knew I wanted to do something bright, so kind of started looking around this place that I'm at and seeing all the oranges and the neon yellows and neon oranges, these neon colors. And I was like, man, this is the warehouse where they make a lot of the things that go into the company. And I was like, man, I really, really want something really, really cool for everyone who works in here to come in and it brightens up their day, right? This idea blossomed about the conductors of light, maybe a light goddess or something like that. People who create light. When I first heard about this opportunity through Marty, I researched into the company and I looked and it's like, man, this is an amazing company. You guys put natural lighting in the buildings? In my mind, I thought you guys were creators of light. In a building, in a basement building, in a middle floor building, you guys are creators of light. You guys are brightening up people's whole workspaces. So that's what I felt like I wanted to create. I don't necessarily want to say the goddess, but a conductor of light. And I feel like that's what she's doing in this. She's conducting light. Writing in the background are all different sayings or poems that talk about illumination. If you look close enough, you can see the word illuminate in every single line. Every single line talks about illuminating, talks about brightening up a space, talks about either darkness or illumination. So from it fading down to a light color all the way down to the dark, and from the light source coming from the middle and spreading out to the dogs on the sides, I really wanted to give the idea that something was being illuminated, but the illuminating source coming from someone or something. The dog thing was kind of the idea of playing off the Anubis idea, the idea of Anubis and the idea of these different companions that stood beside these gods and goddesses. Man, it just seemed right to me. And I think it worked perfect because, the first time I met Marty, she came in here with her dog. And I don't know if you've seen her dog before, but it's, her dog's about this high. So it ended up working perfect. I personally think that this project is something unlike anything I've ever done. I've never done a piece like this, I've never done a piece this bright. I wanted to try out something new. I love the way it came out.